reclaiming your inner power. There comes a point in life when everything feels still, not the peaceful kind of stillness, but the kind that echoes with uncertainty. You wake up and the world feels heavy, as though you're walking through fog, unsure where the next step leads. You question yourself. You wonder if you've lost your spark, if you'll ever feel whole again. But here's what I want you to remember. The light within you has never gone out. It may have dimmed, it may have flickered, but it's still there, waiting quietly, patiently for you to remember who you are. Every soul carries a light. It's the divine essence within us, our courage, our kindness, our intuition, our truth. But as we move through life, that light often gets buried beneath the noise, the pain, the fear, the expectations. We learn to fit in instead of standing out. We silence our voices to please others. We chase validation instead of peace. And somewhere along the way, we forget that we were born worthy. We forget that our light was never dependent on the world's approval. It simply is. The world will try to convince you that your power lies outside of you, in success, in wealth, in titles, in how others perceive you. But that kind of power is fleeting. It crumbles under pressure. The kind of power that lasts, the kind that carries you through heartbreak and loss, through failure and doubt, comes from within. It's the quiet confidence that says, even if I lose everything, I will not lose myself. It's the peace that whispers, I don't need to control everything because I trust the journey. True strength isn't loud. It's not about domination or perfection. True strength is grace under fire. It's the ability to stay soft in a world that tried to harden you. It's choosing kindness when bitterness would be easier. It's holding faith when everything seems to be falling apart. That's the light within you. It's not fragile, it's fierce, it's not temporary, it's eternal. I remember someone once said, when you can't find the light, become it. And I believe that's one of life's greatest lessons, because there will be seasons when you can't rely on others to uplift you, when nobody claps for you, when you have to be your own source of motivation. And in those seasons, you discover who you really are. You learn that you don't need permission to rise. You realize that you've been the light all along. You see, life is not about never falling. It's about rising each time you do. Every setback is an invitation to awaken. Every heartbreak is an opportunity to expand. Every moment of confusion is preparing you for clarity. The light within you doesn't eliminate the darkness. It teaches you how to walk through it. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're stretched, challenged, and pushed beyond what you thought you could handle. Think about a seed. Before it grows into a tree, it must be buried in darkness. It must crack open, shed its shell, and push through the soil toward the light. That process is painful, but it's necessary, and so it is with you. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. Every challenge you face has been the soil that's helping you grow. Every struggle has been the pressure shaping you into who you're meant to become. The truth is, your light doesn't disappear when life gets hard. It expands, it grows stronger. Because every time you overcome, every time you choose hope over despair, you feed that flame. And that light not only guides you, it guides others. You become a living example of resilience, of faith, of what's possible when you refuse to give up. But here's something most people don't realize. Protecting your light is part of your purpose. You can't share what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. That means you have to prioritize yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of self-preservation. Spend time in solitude, sit with your thoughts, breathe, pray, meditate, write. Do whatever helps you reconnect to your inner self. Because when you nurture your light, you're not just healing yourself, you're healing generations. And I want you to remember this. Your light doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Some people shine through creativity. Others shine through service, compassion, leadership, or quiet wisdom. Your light is unique, and it was never meant to compete. It was meant to complement. When you embrace your authenticity, you give others permission to do the same. So, how do you reclaim your inner power when you've been drained, disappointed, or doubting yourself? You start by forgiving yourself for the times you settled, for the moments you stayed silent, for the days you forgot your worth. You start by showing gratitude for how far you've come, even if you're not yet where you want to be. You start by remembering that everything you've experienced, the joy, the pain, the lessons, was never random. It was part of your becoming. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in process, and the process is sacred. Because one day you'll look back and realize that the moments that once felt like endings were actually beginnings, that the things you lost were clearing space for what was always meant for you. The light within doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for presence. It asks that you show up, even when it's hard. It asks that you keep believing, even when you can't see the way. It asks that you trust yourself, even when you don't have all the answers. Because faith isn't knowing the path, it's walking it anyway. And as you continue to walk in that faith, you'll notice something. The more you trust your inner light, the brighter it becomes. The more you align with your truth, the more peace you feel. The more you honor your purpose, the more doors open effortlessly. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop forcing and start flowing. You stop surviving and start thriving. It doesn't mean life becomes perfect. It means you become unshakable. You realize that no matter what happens outside of you, your light within remains untouched. You learn to face challenges with calmness, to approach uncertainty with courage, and to handle setbacks with grace. That's the kind of power nobody can take from you, the kind that comes from knowing yourself, from trusting yourself, from loving yourself. And when you begin to live in that power, you start to inspire others, not because you're trying to, but because your energy speaks for itself. You become the kind of person who walks into a room and brings peace. You become the kind of person who radiates hope without saying a word. That's what it means to be the light. So today, I want you to stop waiting for someone else to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan. You already have everything you need within you. All that's left is to remember, to rise, and to shine. Because when you remember your light, when you reclaim your inner power, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not doubt. Because you finally understand that the power you've been searching for was never out there. It's been in you all along. You are the light. You are the love. You are the miracle. And it's time to let the world see it.